Heading over to Indianapolis, speaking about the last one seed that we haven't discussed in the finale of the Sweet 16 on Friday night. One seed Houston taking on four-seeded Purdue. Like Auburn, Houston right around an 8-point favorite, total of 132.5. Now, Purdue hasn't fared well against teams that have pressured Braden Smith in their backcourt throughout the season, whether it is aforementioned Texas A&M in mid-December, Marquette earlier in the year, or Auburn as well. And Denver Jones, speaking of Auburn's backcourt, shut down Braden Smith in that matchup. Now, Houston forcing the 18th highest turnover percentage nationally. Texas A&M, Auburn also imposed their will in terms of forcing turnovers and on the glass. And Houston, one of the most relentless, as you know, teams on the boards with Juwan Roberts and company. So even with home court advantage or some semblance of home court advantage in mind for Purdue, can the Boilermakers space out this Houston defense enough, or do you think Houston's physicality dominates and we see maybe a lower scoring game or Houston wins by double figures?
It'll definitely be lower scoring than I think maybe fans or Purdue would like. I did that Purdue-Auburn game in Birmingham in December, and they overwhelmed Purdue with athleticism, their size, and their depth. What Houston does is every time there's some sort of ball screen action, they trap it. And when you pick your dribble up, they'll recover. And then anything that goes into the post, they trap it. You know, they call it monster. They're coming. And for Purdue to win, they have got to get Braden Smith and Trey Kaufman-Renn into ball screen situations, which Houston guards really well. And they got to get it inside to Trey Kaufman-Renn, who's their leading scorer. He averages about 20 a game. He's been terrific in the tournament. But this is a different kind of animal they're playing against in this Houston defense. So Purdue's going to have to be incredibly efficient on offense, and they're going to have to do a great job on the glass with all five guys rebounding and have their best game to win. This is a little bit of a step up in competition for them. They played really good teams, but I tend to think that look, I thought Houston was a Final Four team last year. Had Jamal Shead not been injured against Duke in the first half, I think they win that game, and I think they beat NC State and go to the Final Four. I still think UConn would have won the national championship, but this year I do think they're Final Four worthy again, and I think they're significantly better than Purdue.